This episode of the Guy Pod is brought to you by the Shops at Coldwater and Citadel Insurance Group, an Allstate agency. Citadel can take care of all of your insurance needs, from auto and homeowners to boats and life insurance and everything in between. Call 256-826-5309 to speak to one of our trusted advisors to see if Citadel can get you in a better place on your insurance. Citadel Insurance Group is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6. The Shops at Coldwater, one of a handful of retail incubators in Alabama, is the home to a highly curated gift shop and boutique located in beautiful, historic downtown Tuscumbia, Alabama. They specialize in gifts for everyone in the family, on-trend clothing for women and kids, and have a unique mix of snacks, including Glass Bottle Sundrop and Frios Gourmet Pops. Stop in at 109 East 6th Street in Tuscumbia and see what everyone's talking about. The Shops at Coldwater are open Tuesday through Saturday, 10-ish to 6-ish, and Sundays and Mondays when they feel like it. And now, here are your hosts of the Guy Pod, Josh Kelly, Skip Nichols, and Adam Gooch.
And welcome to the Guy Pod. I'm Skip Nichols.
Josh Kelly.
Adam Gooch.
What's up?
What's up, y'all?
Happening?
We are back again. It's been a great week, good weekend.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You get a bonus episode tonight.
Yeah.
I had an amazing weekend.
Did you?
What'd you do?
So Saturday, I literally had nothing to do, right? Well, actually, we had a board meeting at church. We did some stuff. And so after it was over with, so my middle daughter's in drum lessons right now, which is really fun because she looks like Animal from the Muppets when she's got her hair going. So
best drummer of all time.
She's actually pretty good for a second grader. And so she went with my mom, and they were going to see the movies and stuff. So it was me and my wife. So I have 3 daughters, in case y'all didn't know who was listening. And so my oldest is 11. And thinks that I'm an idiot.
Yes.
And my youngest daughter,
she agrees with Skip.
And my youngest daughter's 4, who thinks I'm the man.
Yeah.
And then my wife's somewhere in the middle of that. Mm-hmm. Depends on what day it is, which way the needle swings. So it was me and Tasha, my oldest Sydney, my youngest Sophia, and we met in town. They wanted to eat at Chick-fil-A because that's the only place that exists for them to eat. Wasn't real excited about it because everybody knows my unpopular opinion that it's not really my favorite.
All right.
I'll eat it, but it's about like McDonald's to me. It's kind of So we get there. So in Florence, Alabama, the Chick-fil-A there in front of the mall, they put in a new roundabout. So I sat there. They were at Martin shopping, and I sat there in the parking lot and watched the roundabout. People exiting Chick-fil-A for a few minutes. And it was a clustered mess. Let me tell you what. But thankfully, literally there was people in line to get in there. So I'm like, hey, y'all, let's go somewhere else. And so I jumped in the car with them, and I actually ended up driving. And I said, where do you want to go? And Tasha said, let's go to Sam's. Well, there's a place called Sam's Sports Bar, and they have amazing chicken tenders and all of this. And so that's what she meant.
I see where this is going.
I went to the Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah.
And because we had to go there anyways, because we had to get toilet paper and snacks and stuff like that. And so we get into the parking lot, and Tasha said, well, I thought we were getting lunch, and I meant Sam's Sports Grill. And I said, well, we can get lunch in here. She said, what do you mean? I said, they have a snack bar.
Absolutely.
She said, and she was like, well, I'm not that hungry, because normally she would have been like, no way. Because she's out on buffets and gas station food, and she would probably qualify Sam's Club as
it's
a notch above.
It's a notch above.
Gas station food. So she's like, okay, cool. And my oldest daughter was like, oh, I can't eat here because I'm hungry. I can't eat anything. So we get in there, and so I'm excited because like my wife's rolling with this.
Yeah.
Like she's not said no. She's kind of like whatever, and I'm like, oh, it's amazing. And so,
because to be clear, there are days that you and I go over there to eat lunch.
Absolutely.
So good.
Yeah.
So we get in there, and here's one thing that you don't know about my wife who's listening. My wife is very frugal.
Yep.
Like when I say she's very frugal, like she's very frugal. Like she falls in the category of my buddy Adam Gooch over here.
Yep.
Adam Gooch is very frugal.
I am.
In case you don't know. And they both, I love a good deal, but also if I want something and I like it, I don't mind paying for it. So we get in there, and Tasha gets to looking at the pizza. She's a pizza fan. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, I'm in on that. So I got 2 pieces of pepperoni pizza. Tasha got 2 pieces of pepperoni pizza. Sophia, my 4-year-old, got some cheesy bread. Sydney got some cheesy bread, and they got some of the chicken nuggets that taste like Chick-fil-A's chicken nugs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know they actually. I know they sold them frozen. I didn't know they actually
Oh
sold them
yeah.
cooked.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy them,
Okay.
and they come with waffle fries.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
right,
They got hamburgers and hot dogs.
The hamburgers are great. Hot dogs are great. Pizza's great.
Members mark, dude.
So we got 4 slices of pizza, 2 orders of cheesy bread, some chicken nugs and waffle fries, 2 slushies and 2 drinks, and it was $11.50. And my wife was like, "What is
She
this?"
just found the mother
She
love.
was like, "Are you kidding me?" She was like, "How was it that?" I said, "That's how much it cost. My whole meal was $2.50."
Oh yeah.
It blew her mind. She was like, "This is great. We can just do the shopping and eat." And like, she was like, it's like her favorite restaurant.
She's
now.
on board now.
She's so totally
I'm
on
with
board.
her.
So we
I'm
did
in.
that, and then Tasha and Sydney, my oldest, wanted to go to Old Navy and 2 other places, and I think I'd rather go chop my pinky toe off with rusty
Yeah.
hedge trimmers. And so I talked to Sophia into coming with me. We went home and played Mike Tyson's Punch Out
Oh,
Aha.
that's a good one.
for 2 hours.
Sounds like a good weekend.
Yep.
That's what I did. What'd you do, Skip?
Well, Ashley and I went down. There's this restaurant that not many people know about. It's only open 3 days a week. It's out in the middle of nowhere in
God, I'm already in.
Belmont, Mississippi.
What's the name of it?
It's called Reeves. And
Just that, nothing else.
So just like Reeves Fish and Steak or Steak and Fish House or something like that.
Okay.
But you go in this place.
Tell me what it looks like on the outside.
Okay, so it's plain white square building. Just
Okay.
no,
It's like a mobile home.
very nondescript.
Can we say it's in a mobile home?
Close to a mobile home.
The metal siding on the bottom.
No,
is missing.
it's yeah, the underpinning's missing. So you get in there, and the whole interior wall, everywhere you look, is OSB,
That's plywood. In case you don't know what that
Yeah.
is, people.
Yeah.
and
Cheap plywood.
They've gone high tech with it, and over each seam is a strip of
Shut
OSB
up.
molding. Just
Shut up.
Wow.
That's what I have in my garage.
so they've not spent a lot of money on the ambiance.
Yeah.
Did they seal it? Did they? Does it have a shellac on it or
Oh,
a
no,
stain?
no.
They just hung it up there.
It's OSB.
Well, here's the thing. They actually covered the seams, and that's. I mean,
They did.
that's.
And
They trimmed it.
They got a bunch of mirrors and pictures. The mirrors and pictures probably cost more than the walls,
I don't know. Some OSB $15 a sheet.
but it's you don't go there for the ambiance atmosphere. You go there for the food.
Do all the tables match?
No, the chairs don't match.
Do they have the plastic tablecloths?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Red and white
But,
checkers.
but they do have it. Like they've got one row of tables. It's kind of like this table we're sitting at. There's maybe 2.5 of this. It's chairs all around it, and you just whoever you're sitting with, that's who you eat with.
So we're at a table that'll hold approximately 8 people.
Yeah.
Those at
So,
home, they can't see.
And then they've got regular like 4-person and 6-person tables.
So,
around.
so timeout.
yeah.
Gooch is like, I'm not
I'm
sitting
out.
by people. He don't know.
No.
I'm
you don't have to.
I'm
Yeah,
all
I'm out.
I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
I'm in on sitting by people I don't know and eating beside them. And my wife would hate that.
And becoming their best friend before dinner's over.
Absolutely, I'd be in their wedding before the night was over.
So then they've got a salad bar
Do like a good salad bar.
that it's really fresh. All the food's good.
I'm good at making salads.
We're not going there. Your
My salads are the best.
Your salads bother me.
That's true.
So, but the steaks, you go for the steak.
Okay.
That's and the hush puppies. The hush puppies are really good. I've never eaten the fish there, but
Why have I never had steak and hush puppies together?
Because-
why is it? Hang on a second. Why is it only okay to have hush puppies when you're cooking fish? Why can't we have hush puppies with just anything?
oh, let me tell you, I did. We got a basket of those.
Why is that not okay?
I'm with you. I agree.
It's absolutely okay.
We need some hats.
There's Chick-fil-A.
MH.
When Chick-fil-A goes next level, I want number
MHGA.
one with some hush puppies.
I want a red hat with white letters. MHGA.
And hush puppies at Chick-fil-A.
Make hush puppies great again.
We should we need to do that for real.
Hashtag bless puppies.
Yeah.
So
Let's have a restaurant that only sells hush puppies.
I love it.
It won't make it,
No, it won't.
but there needs
We
to be
can say
one.
we did it. So the reason you go to this place is for the steaks, and we roll up. We work the shops, and we left there. I don't know, about 4:45, and it's about an hour roughly from where we are. So we get there right as they open the building on Saturday night. So they only open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You know it's good if they can do
Like
that.
5 to 9.
They're making bank those 3 days.
Oh yeah, and
God, I want to go right
again,
now.
you can't get there from here. It's in the middle of nowhere. But we roll up, and you come over this little hill because it's so nondescript going down there. There's not really any landmarks. You just kind of got to know where you're going. We come over this little hill, and there it is on the right. We pull up in the parking lot, and it's like people waiting outside the Apple store when the iPhone's being released. And so we park, and still 3 or 4 minutes before they open the doors. And they open the door, and it's like a rush. Just people pouring there. 75 people.
What was that sound effect he just did?
Yeah.
Was there horses there?
There were.
I mean,
There were. So
Silver there?
he was. So 70,
What about Beauty?
75 people descend on this restaurant
Yeah.
within 5 minutes of them opening.
God, I'm getting aroused.
So you know it's good.
Yeah.
So they come. The menus are like, it's actually new menus now. They're laminated and kind of nice.
Tell me they were made on Word and they're just sheets of paper they laminated.
No,
They got them in a page protector.
no, it's actually laminated.
Okay.
So it's you get fish, steak. I didn't look past the steak.
You don't buy, first of all, you don't order fish in Belmont, Mississippi.
I don't know. A lot of people swear by the fish down there.
I mean, maybe catfish.
Oh yeah, it's catfish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not getting mahi.
No, we're talking about catfish. So
Or some salmon. That is the actual pronunciation.
Noel.
There's no L in it.
Oh, well.
So
I mean, there is an L, but you don't pronounce it.
I get the 16-ounce ribeye and a sweet potato salad bar.
Tell me it was too big to fit on the plate.
It was a hoss.
Tell me it was hanging off just a little bit.
It was hanging
Lie
off a
to me
little bit.
if it wasn't.
No, it was
hanging
hanging
off
off a
just a
little
little bit. Because that's the first piece you eat.
So, I'm used to, how do you want your steak cooked? Yeah, medium rare. And then they move on. She had another question.
Oh.
She said, garlic butter and Dale's? I said, yeah,
You're right.
absolutely garlic butter and Dale's.
Getting really hungry.
So,
My vision got blurry thinking about that.
yeah, we,
Never done garlic butter and Dale's.
yeah, so they bring it out, and it's a beautiful steak. I mean, I should have taken a picture of it, but I didn't have any cell service to upload it. But one of the best steaks you'll
What
get.
kind of pricing? Fair, reasonable, in the middle?
Like $18.
Oh, I'm in.
I mean, for all that.
Oh,
And then they brought out this basket of hush puppies that looked like little brown, just bread gods.
Come on.
They were awesome. So amazing meal. Me and Ashley and her mom went down there, and we all of us ate dinner for what, $55, something like that.
I mean,
like I want to go right now.
Well, 3 days a week,
We got to make this trip.
5 to 9, and you will not regret it.
Tell me that the bathrooms have corrugated metal in there.
No, but it did have duct tape holding the vanity together.
You know it's
Men's room.
good then.
yeah.
The little sink, the little top of the vanity,
I know what a vanity is.
duct tape holding that together. I wasn't sure. Duct tape
seen one.
tape holding actual marble together. It was amazing.
It wasn't marble.
Whatever it was.
Cultured, maybe cultured.
Cultured
marble.
marble. It was very cultured. But,
So the waitresses and stuff, blue jeans and whatever T-shirt they had
just
on.
whatever.
Senior
just,
1998, senior year
just
98.
whatever. I
T-shirt.
mean, it's just good old folks from down Belmont. They've probably worked there most of their lives.
Was the owner there? The owner has to be there.
The owner was there.
Tell me he had a big handlebar mustache.
Did not.
Fu Manchu.
He was
That's what I'm
back.
picturing.
He was back in the back cooking. His wife was the one taking the money. This is one of those you go up and pay when you get done. Mm-hmm. And I look over and there's a picture on the wall, and it's like a sketch. And dude's got on a Masonic hat. So I struck up a conversation. I said, "Was the guy that started?" She said, "Yeah, that was my father-in-law. He passed away a few years ago." Most people don't know what that is. They look at him and they think we've got a picture of Saddam Hussein on the wall. Because and when she said that, I looked back at it and I'm like, "Yeah, I can see what you're talking about." Because it's like the York Rite hat, you know.
Right.
Oh,
So-
gotcha.
So anyway, I don't know how we got there, but anyway,
They're called a What are those called? Fez.
It's not a Fez. It's the Shriner, not the Shriner's Fez. But anyway, so paid for the meal, and we're like, we get.
Oh, there's more to the story?
Yes, there's more to the story.
I was ready to play those ending credits.
So I was so full that honestly, and I had no idea where it was. I couldn't drive home.
You're having
I was in a steak coma.
God.
And so Ashley drove us home, and you had to drive through the middle of nowhere. Then you come through Red Bay, which is kind of like Civilization. Yeah, they got a Dollar General and
He
McDonald's.
just called Red Bay Civilization.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you come down 247 there, which is just backwoods country again, 2-lane, between Red Bay and like Tuscumbia. This is all in North Alabama for our international listeners, by the way.
Banjos are playing in the background this whole time.
So we're rolling
It is
along.
really like that.
We're rolling along, I don't know, 60, 65 miles an hour, 100. I don't know. I'm not driving. And I'm thinking the whole time, don't hit a deer, Ashley. Don't hit a deer.
Which is rational.
Rational, because middle of nowhere, there's going to be deer everywhere. When all of a sudden, this owl, who appeared to be about the size of a pterodactyl,
Oh, my God.
Owls are big.
Owls are awesome.
flies right in front of the car.
Oh,
No,
no.
it didn't.
And then you hear boom, and the owl goes flying a different direction, like 100
The
miles
feathers
an hour.
go flying.
Feathers go flying everywhere. It's a beautiful grayish white owl. I mean, it was floating.
Wow.
And of course, Ashley gets upset because she thinks she has just killed Hedwig,
Right?
and that's the reason
Is that
she's
from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, that's from Harry Potter, and that's the reason she's not going to get her Hogwarts letter now is because she has killed her messenger owl.
I don't know what that means.
And that's 100% true. The conversation we had after that, but I'm sitting there going, So
That's why there's a hole in your grill.
well, I said to Ashley, I said, remind me when it's daylight tomorrow to look at the grill or look at the front of the car.
Yeah.
So the next time I see the car in daylight, there is a softball size hole.
Softball, no sir. I mean,
It's
It's
softball and a half.
it's a smooth 6 inches.
Hole smack in the middle of the grill on the Lincoln.
Man.
How much was that?
Well, did the whole, for those of you that may not know, Josh and I both are Allstate agents. And Allstate has this lovely thing called the quick photo claim.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
So I go out back at the office and I started the claim on my app and took pictures of it and uploaded it. And within about 2 hours, they had deposited the money to fix
Oh,
Ching.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that fast.
About 2
Wow.
hours.
That fast.
They had deposited the money in my bank account to fix my car.
That's good to know.
And
They don't check around.
they estimated it to be $1,067 with a little note that said, depending on which place you take it, it might be more, might be less. And if it's more, just have them bill us. So I go that afternoon, get an estimate from a local body shop who shall not be named because they don't sponsor us.
Exactly, yeah. No freebies.
$1,192 hole
Yeah.
is what it turns out to be. To kill Hedwig,
$1,200 owl.
coming back from eating the best steak I've had in ages. And so there you go.
gonna
But
tell you something.
good news is zero deductible because here's a fun fact. When you hit an animal, it's not a collision. It's a comprehensive claim.
Yeah.
So I happen to have a zero comprehensive deductible
I run $1,500 deductibles.
because you
I roll the dice.
You live dangerously.
I roll the dice. I do.
So zero out of pocket, but $1,200.
I'm gonna tell you something. Owls are beautiful
Yes, they are.
and scary.
I imagine this one probably was.
The thing is like owls are beautiful, but they also look like they'll eat your head off. You know
Yeah.
what? I'd like to have an owl.
I
Can
would
you
love-
have? But you think? Then I think about like a big beautiful owl. Like I would want to have one that like couldn't fly because it got hurt, and then keep it in a cage.
So
Like I wouldn't want to just have an
go
owl.
try to find this one.
I just want to have an owl in a cage.
Yeah.
Because I think that would not be fair to something like that. But
don't
I would
think-
like to have an owl.
Yeah, I think it's actually illegal to own an owl.
Is it?
I think so.
You know, what's crazy is, so I've had some exotic pets. And I've had lots of different pets, but I've had my share of exotics. And what's weird is in Tennessee, you can pretty much buy anything you want. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally, like, I bought some piranhas from Tennessee one time. I had a tank of piranhas.
Are you the reason we have piranhas in the Tennessee River?
No. I ended up getting rid of mine because when I found out, I bought them from a guy in Waynesboro, Tennessee, and then I found out they were illegal here, and anyways, I don't have them anymore. But I had some piranhas. Those
what do you feed? What do you?
So I would go and buy feeder goldfish from the pet store, and you drop them in there, and they just swarm them and wear them out.
Wow.
I had, back when I was a single guy, I had several large aquariums. I had a tank of piranhas, and then so when I had those for about a year, and then anyways, didn't have them anymore. And then I bought 80 pufferfish. So pufferfish, the legit pufferfish, and they were awesome, and I had a lot of money in those. And long story short, something happened in the tank, didn't have those anymore. Then I had a African cichlid tank. I had a saltwater tank that had some lionfish in it, and you'd feed them the goldfish. The goldfish would live in the saltwater for 2 or 3 minutes, and that lionfish would swoop around, and it was neat. I had an alligator one time, an American alligator, legit. I bought it from a guy from Daphne. And I ended up trading it for an Uzi, like a legit Uzi. Fun story. It got,
which reminds me, and it's not in this week's fake news, but back to Florida we go. There was a dude in Florida that robbed a Wendy's drive-through with an alligator. He threw it in the window.
Wow.
So I can see where a alligator and an Uzi.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I got this alligator. It was in a little styrofoam cooler when I bought him. I gave him like $175 for it, and I met the guy close to Montgomery with it, and drove it home. And I had it in a big 250-gallon aquarium, and fed him raw chicken and stuff. He was cool, and so. Anyways, I'd get him out. We'd have a party. And I'd sit him on the floor, and everybody'd scramble. It was lots of fun. But he got fairly big, and he was getting a little too big for the aquarium. And I got scared to reach in and get him.
That's what they do.
Well, I know. I got scared reaching him and get him. And then, so there was a guy I knew that had a little pond that was in a fenced-in area, and he traded me an Uzi. It was like a 9mm Uzi for it. And so I had that. And
How long did he live at the pond?
I have no idea.
Man, it'd be cool if it's still there. Because those things are like dinosaurs. They live forever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's alligators in the wild here now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like. It'd be cool if you get that's him. He's 1,200 pounds.
And said I couldn't take him to the vet or anything like that because American alligators are illegal to own.
Right.
I could lie and say he's half Cayman.
I used to love that show. American Alligator.
Yeah. And so I had that. I've had lots of dogs.
Yeah.
My dad raised German Shepherds my entire life, still does.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty ones, too.
They and they're all like legit, like Schutzen 3, all this different stuff. They're like German.
Does what
German?
Schutzen 3 train. So the Schutzen training is the working dog thing where it's like you have different levels of how smart they are and stuff. So his are all German bloodline, like the real deal.
I almost bought one from him one time.
Yeah.
I was on his waiting list, and then we backed out on the.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful. They're great pets, but they're also working dogs. I mean, you gotta.
I
mean,
you got a cool dog.
I do have a cool dog. I have a Great Pyrenees.
Okay.
Who people make fun of me because this is like a herding. People buy them for goats, protection from coyotes, and mine stays in the house. And
you got all those kids. You heard those, right?
He tries. So he's a year old. He's about 90 pounds. Jeez. So he's kind of a runt. Like, no, he's a little one. He's real small compared to what Pyrenees can be. The actual range, I found out after I got him, was 110 to 160 for a male, 160 pounds. So I cannot imagine him being 70 pounds heavier than he is right now.
Jeez.
Well, so like when he lays on the couch, is he like one end to the other?
He's about half of it, yeah. Because he laid like extended. Yeah, for sure.
It's funny. I see pictures of Adam's wife, Brittany. She's a little bitty, and with the dog laying in her lap, and it's like you can barely see her poking over the top.
Yeah, he's a hugger. So if you ever come to my house, you just got to be ready. He lives there. You don't. And he's going to come up. He's going to jump up and put his paws on your shoulders. And he's going to hug you. And if you are 5'5" or shorter, he's going to be eye to eye with you.
So Tasha my wife, is just not really a fan of animals. She doesn't hate animals. She just doesn't really like them. You know, it's not her favorite. Doesn't really care to have a dog or any kind of animal whatsoever. And what's funny is we have lots of friends that have animals and stuff. We're over at their house. The dogs like Skip and Ashley have these two big old dogs, Petey and Maggie Sue, Bob.
Yes.
And they're big dogs. I mean, they're not big like Regan's is your dogs. They're not big like Regan's. They're big like chubby big.
like Maggie is 68 pounds. She's a pit bull mix.
Oh, okay.
But
she's tall as she is wide.
Super gentle and just like
Just solid.
You know.
And like, so they love Tasha.
Petey is a mixed breed turd.
That's what he looks like, a walking turd.
Yeah.
But they're big, stocky, heavy dogs, and like Tasha doesn't really like them. And we go over there, they want Tasha to love on her. Like
That's the way it works.
They go straight for her every time, and I'm over here like, come here, let me love you, and they're like, whatever, who are you?
Yep.
And they go for Tasha. I about got Tasha talked into us getting it, but Tasha is allergic to some animals, like the hair and stuff, like especially cats. She's super allergic to cats and everything, which I'm not a big fan of cats.
Do you have definitive proof of this, or this is just a ruse to keep you from getting a
She
pet?
claims.
No, she really is. She really is. She can't be at her mom's over 2 or 3 hours without
Gotcha. Okay.
sneezing, and she doesn't like. It's not like bad,
Yeah.
but she can't be there over 3 or 4 hours. She'll start sneezing and itching. But there's I've been researching dogs that are hypoallergenic.
Yep.
There's a lot of different options and stuff, and I think I found what we're going to get, and I've got Tasha 85% on board with it. The problem is we're going to have to get it about when the girls get out of school, because they're going to have to potty train it and all that stuff,
yep.
because Tasha's not going to take care of it.
Now,
She's made that very clear.
One of the fun parts of this search that I have been able to kind of watch from the outside is a couple months back, he makes a Facebook post.
Oh, my gosh.
About he wanted this particular kind of dog because it's hypoallergenic and
Yep.
all of the above. And I bet there was 140 comments attacking my boy here for not rescuing a dog and going getting one off the street or going to the shelter.
Yeah.
And basically accusing him of supporting a puppy mill, and
It was bad.
it was horrible.
I had to delete the post because Tasha is allergic.
Yeah.
And I have 3 young kids.
Yep.
And our house is not small, but it's definitely not big. It's just right for us.
Yep.
And I can't have a Riggins. I can't have a 100-pound dog in my house.
Right.
Like, there's enough room for us. So what I found is we want to get
Could find you another house, but it's different.
Do you know a real estate agent?
Yeah,
I think we do.
I don't know a good realtor. We're going to get a Zushan. So it's part
Gesundheit.
Bichon Frise. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Bichon Frise.
Bichon Frise, whatever. And then part Shih Tzu. Okay? So part Shih Tzu, part Bichon Frise, whatever.
Frise.
And so they call them Zushans. They look like little teddy bears.
Okay.
Full grown, they're like 10 to 15 pounds.
Yep.
They don't shed. They don't bark. They're like the perfect, literally Google perfect indoor hypoallergenic dog, and like they're the number one.
Yeah.
And they're cute, and I like them, and I want a dog. My girls need a dog. I mean, every kid needs a dog.
Every kid needs a dog.
Kid needs a dog.
And so the problem is like right now when they're in school, Tasha would be there to take care of it, and Tasha will end up liking the dog.
Yep.
But she doesn't want one, so it's not fair for her to be the one doing everything. So we're gonna wait. It's closer to school getting out, then get one so the girls can take care of it and all of that. But I'm gonna name him Sergio because I've got Sydney, Sadie, and Sophie.
You need Sergio.
And then Sergio because I'm getting a boy.
Yeah.
Because I need to balance the power out.
Yeah.
Well, no, we were telling you the other day.
I don't care what you
do
say.
what you want, but you get a boy dog, it's gonna like the girls better than it likes you.
I mean, 100%, bro. Listen.
I'm not trying to break up your.
Talking about boy dogs, and Riggins is going to get the old snip this week. Yeah.
You get that done, it gets better.
Yeah.
But if you
when
want
I
a
say
dog,
he's 100 pounds, I mean,
yeah,
he's getting a lot snipped.
You want a dog that likes you need a girl dog.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't need a fifth.
No dog likes me though.
I don't need a fifth woman.
Cats
in my house.
like me for some reason.
Cats are awesome.
I'm gonna tell you a cat I'd like. Speaking of which, first of all, I want to stay on the dogs for a second, but don't let me forget that I want to talk about exotic pets because there's 2 or 3 that I really want. Hang on, let me write this down. Hang on.
I got it. I got it right here.
Exotic.
So,
Don't Google
Skip.
that, by the way.
Skip, what was your first dog? What kind was it, and what was its name
The first dog
that you can remember?
that I can remember is an English sheepdog
Okay.
by the name of Muffin. I did not name the dog.
My first dog's name was Muffin.
Did we just become best friends?
You got to call me Nighthawk. All right, finish your story.
So, English sheepdog named Muffin.
Awesome.
I don't know where it came from. I was like 4 years old.
Yeah.
I'm sure we had some before that because all through my childhood we had dogs. We raised and bred Cocker Spaniels, but as far as pets, Muffin was the first dog that I can remember having. It was a cool dog. I mean, literally the long hair,
No eyes,
no
yeah.
eyes.
So I would normally go to you next, but I have to.
You got to follow up.
You got to follow the Muffin.
Well, so I had a Cocker Spaniel named Muffin. Was my first dog.
Wow.
I don't count my dad's German Shepherds because he always had German Shepherds.
That's
Yeah.
product. Those are assets.
Well, no, they were pets. Like he had one named Jake that was my buddy when I was a baby. I don't remember Jake, but like he would come up to the window and talk to me and stuff. But
Yep.
my first dog was a Cocker Spaniel named Muffin.
Muffin.
That's
the Cocker Spaniels that I had as pets were Brandy, Ginger, and Cindy. Had two a male blonde, female
I
blonde.
went to high school with some girls. They're dancers now.
And then had a female black and white one named Cindy.
Mine was blonde or buff or whatever you call it.
Cocker Spaniels are mean.
Muffin was amazing. She was amazing.
Cocker Spaniels are mean dogs.
That's crazy that both of our first dogs were named Muffin.
Really?
All right, Gooch.
Mine, I had a Dotson, little weenie dog,
Yeah.
named Dolly, because I like Dolly Parton, you know.
There you go.
So, so her name was Dolly, and we had her for like 14 years, and then UPS took her from me.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was a tough day.
When me and Tasha first got married, we had a little dapple weenie dog. He was a short-haired. He was a brown color. His name was Henry. He had bright blue eyes. He was awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Weenie dogs are cool.
did,
We've kind of had a little resurgence of late.
That's kind of a thing. Like when you first get married, you can get a dog before you have kids.
Yeah.
Did you and Brittany do that?
We did. We had Charlie. We had
Charlie.
yeah. So Sir Charles Barkley was my dog. We had him for 13 years. He was a mutt. He was like a golden retriever chow mix of something, whatever. But yeah, we had to put him down end of last year, man.
It sucks.
One of the toughest things I've ever done.
It sucks.
Yeah, I remember that. We were set to. That's the night we were set
were.
to record, and we ended up doing a Goochless podcast.
Yeah, you had to roll without me.
that was a tough day
So-
at the Gooch house.
that was a rough
So
night, bro.
tell us about the dog you got after all of your marriages, Skip. Or excuse me, the dogs. So I had to.
You talking about the pets or the ex-wife?
Oh,
Bow, bow, bow.
shots fired.
Whoa.
That's funny. So exotic pets, right? So I'm gonna tell you something that I want. It's called a Savannah cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're listening to this,
I would buy one of those today if it was the least bit practical.
like I want a Savannah cat so bad. Here's the thing: if you don't know what a Savannah cat is, you need to Google it. They're amazing, and they're really not that expensive. They're a couple grand, which that's a lot, but not
But now,
really.
some of the ones that because they're in tiers 1 through
Yeah.
6, you get up to the better tiers, and they could be like $8,000 or $9,000.
So
It's almost like a leopard.
So it looks like a leopard, but with tiger print, but it's a giant house cat
Yes.
that looks like a leopard.
Yeah.
It's about the size of a golden retriever, and it has the temperament of a dog. It walks on a leash, but it has all of the attributes of a cat, and they are awesome.
Yeah. They are awesome.
I don't know what kind of pets they are,
I would love to have one.
but I want one.
Yeah.
Looked it up. So the breed's medium to high, so exercise is required. So you got to work them.
Yep.
You know, they got enough, but they're very social and
It's supposed to be really good with kids, too.
outstanding temperament when socialized. It is the cat version of a dog. Wow. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ideal companions for owners who want to avoid extra canine requirements.
Yeah, because these will still go in a box.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're going to be gone for a couple days, make sure it's a big box, but still.
I dig cat. I get down with cat.
Here's the thing: you walk in and you see me sitting on my couch
There's a tiger next to me.
in my fuzzy britches with a big Savannah cat and a miniature giraffe on the other side. That's an animal I wish was real.
Yeah.
Was a miniature giraffe. So one time, in my search of looking for hypoallergenic pets that we could have in the house, I wanted one of the Sphinx cats, the hairless cats like Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah.
But my kids voted it down. It freaked them out.
Yeah, it was
It
weird.
freaked me out when you sent me the picture of what you
Yeah,
were
they're
thinking about
weird.
getting.
I'm out.
They kind of look like men's parts that's
do.
been shaved.
Yeah.
Their whole body. And so I came across these teacup piglets. Teacup pigs. They're little baby pigs. And supposedly they don't get over 5, 6, 7 pounds. They stay like little mini pigs. And honestly, pigs are brilliant.
They are.
They're one of the smartest animals out there.
And delicious.
And that's a fact.
That's very good.
And they don't shed. They're very clean. All the above. I was like, this is great. And so I just started doing research. I had almost put a deposit on one because they're like $1,500, and then I get in a Facebook group to learn about them. And I realized they're not really mini. There's no such thing as a mini pig.
Really?
They still get.
They stay little for 3 or 4 years, and then they get big, and then they're so big that they're your pets, and you don't want to eat them.
You can't baconize them.
So it was like that was almost a thing. So if you've heard of mini pigs, there's no such thing. They stay mini for 3 or 4 years, and then they become 100 pounds.
You know what is a mini though? It's the pet I want. I want a mini cow.
I don't believe that's a thing.
It is a thing. Yep.
Do they get big?
No, they're mini. They're little. They're like the size of Riggins.
That would be perfect for us because we have a very small freezer.
Can you? So like with a mini cow,
Yeah.
is it still an outside farm animal type thing, or
I think you can do either one.
can you house train them in your house?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, cows are smart.
Cows are smart. Yeah. Yeah. You get tax credits, right, for being a small farmer. But it's a pet.
Interesting.
I looked them up. They're like $2,000, $3,000. So basically, the cost of a golden doodle or something like that. You can get a little cow, and they're little.
You could do mini cow yoga
You could.
instead of goat yoga.
Yep. That's a thing.
So is your exotic? Like, hey, I want a mini cow. If you could have any kind of exotic pet.
I do mini cow. Yeah.
What about those little monkeys?
Capuchins?
Yeah, little capuchin
Yeah.
monkeys.
Monkey. The only problem with monkeys, I don't know about the capuchin, but like
They're sketchy.
they live forever. Monkeys' lifespan is like 40 years. Like I just don't want that kind of commitment.
Absolutely. The next longest domesticated pet is parrots. It's like a 70-year commitment. You got to like leave them to somebody in your will.
Yeah. No, I don't have. No.
I don't.
Yeah.
Give me dogs. Give me cats. I can take 15 years, 8.
Yeah.
So exotic pet that you could have, is it Savannah cat or is it
It'd probably be a Savannah cat for me. I can't think of anything because I've had the other side of the spectrum. I've had a Munchkin cat.
A munchkin.
I've had a Munchkin. It's like
Just like a midget cat.
it's like the Dachshund of
Ah.
cats. They have little
Little
short
short legs.
legs,
Oh, I want
and
one.
it hated Josh.
I'm not kidding. So first of all, the cat's name's Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the,
well.
the cat's name was John Bon Jovi, Sugar Britches Gimbal Nichols, but I called it Cat.
Yeah.
It was like registered and stuff.
So
I'm looking them up. I want a cat. I want a munchkin.
So I've had that end of the spectrum, and it was an awesome cat.
Let's go back. It was not an awesome cat.
It was an awesome cat.
So let's go back to, so we opened up an agency in Prattville, Alabama, which is about 3.5 hours from where we are. And Skip moved down there to run that. And the first month, I stayed down there with him. We helped get everything off the ground. And so, like, I would catch this cat, like, sneaking up behind me and trying to attack me and stuff.
yeah.
She hated me.
Yeah.
She was
was a
evil.
hunter.
She was evil, man. It was an evil cat. It was
Did
an
you know
evil
that,
cat.
you talk about evil cats. Did you know that back when Pope Gregory the IX was in power, that he actually declared that cats were associated with devil worship, and he had all cats exterminated. And basically, historians believe that the killing of all those cats is what helped rats spread to the point that that's where the bubonic plague came from. So the Black Death.
Oh.
Yep. So hundreds of millions of people died in the 1300s because Pope Gregory the IX didn't like cats.
Gee, thanks, Greg.
Yeah, that's it.
Where was he from?
I don't know.
The Vatican.
Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah.
Not here.
I don't have that useless knowledge in my brain. But
And that was pretty. I mean, it wasn't useless knowledge what you just gave us, but it
yeah,
was.
you know,
That
So
was
I mean,
interesting.
cats.
Jovi was just trying to prevent the plague from happening again.
She tried to attack me several times.
Yeah.
She did a couple times.
She is now cremated and in a cedar box at home.
Oh wow.
That's true.
Yeah, true story.
It's
I've had
funny
two
because Skip was like, it's just cat, whatever. Like we did comments about whatever happened, and like she got sick, and
I was
Skip
devastated.
Skip was pretty tore up and had her cremated.
I did.
Yeah, I've had 2 cats. I've never actually owned them. The first cat I ever not owned was when Brittany and I first got married. My uncle lived right next door to me. He had a cat that had a mustache that looked like he had a mustache. So
I'm in on that.
So I called him Magnum. I don't know what his real name was, but Magnum was awesome because he'd come say hello every now and then, but like he didn't really care. He didn't bother me. I didn't have to feed him or anything. And then now at my new house, I've got a cat named Jessica, and Jessica is the same thing. Like she'll pop in every now and then, say hello, but I don't know where she lives, or I don't feed her or take care of her.
So she's like a cat in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but she's awesome.
Yeah.
I got a friend. I love animals that have real people names. I got a friend, Josh Wilburn. He has a dog named Doug.
He does, and he is special.
I've never met Doug.
He's a special dog.
He's got a dog named Doug.
He went and bought, like his whole thing was he was going to buy a golden doodle because that was kind of the end thing. So Doug is a golden doodle, but he's dysfunctional. So he sheds like crazy. He's not hypoallergenic. He looks nothing like a golden doodle.
It's like the Kmart version.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, he was a blue light special.
That's awesome.
That's
I didn't know
Doug.
that part of it.
Oh yeah, he's weird.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
So for a period of time, I'm not sure why it happened, but my uncle left one of his dogs with us. And this was a hunting dog. He was used to tree and stuff. And did not like humans.
Oh.
So we had it in the backyard. And I guess I was about 8 or 9 years old. And my brother next older than me was about 15 or 16. All of his friends were over and they were in the backyard playing basketball. And this dog gets out of its cage, out of its little kennel.
Right.
And starts chasing all of my brother's friends as they're playing basketball.
Oh, gosh.
And everybody makes it inside except one guy. And this guy, his name was Dwayne Davidson. He's not with us anymore. Died of cancer a few years ago. But for some reason when they were kids, they called him Wiener. So everybody's screaming, "Where's Wiener? Where's Wiener?" And we look out, and this dog, it was a coon dog, and we weren't very bright on giving animals names, so the dog's name was Coon. And we look out there, and Coon has treed Wiener up the basketball goal. We look out there, and Wiener is at the top of the pole of the basketball goal, hanging on for dear life, trying not to let Coon eat his feet off. So, yeah, we had some not-so-friendly dogs along the way, too.
Some dogs, I was reading this morning where the NFL has its very first emotional support dog.
Shut up.
No, true story. Yeah, so as much as these guys...
49ers?
Yes, 49ers.
Got to be California.
Yeah, good guess. Good guess. It is the 49ers. She is a 1-year-old French bulldog named Zoe. And so in between practices and games, and now the 49ers players can go have their time with Zoe.
I don't want to live here anymore.
Visit the emotional support dog.
Basically, yeah.
You know what you call
It is the
it?
team
You know
that-
what you call a dog with a surround system? Subwoofer.
That was pretty good.
So these emotional support pets,
yeah.
you know, there's been a lot of stuff in the news lately about them.
I have a very strong opinion about this. I want to hear y'all talk about it. I'll tell you what I think.
This one person tried to get on an airplane with a peacock on her shoulder. I'm like, number one, if you're at the house and you've got a peacock for an emotional support animal, who are the people in your life letting that happen?
Peacocks are mean, for the record.
Is nobody saying, hey, Janice,
Yeah.
you know, get a dog. But then you decide that it's a good idea to get on a plane to Jamaica.
Yeah.
You leave your house. You get in the Uber with a peacock. The Uber driver drives you to the airport with a peacock.
Yeah.
You go through security with a peacock and get all the way to the gate before they tell you can't take the peacock on the plane.
Here's the thing. I don't want to be the one to make that call either. I'll make them deal with it at the gate too.
Yeah.
If I'm that guy,
I've actually had to deal with this personally because obviously one of the pastors at a large church, and so we've actually had people show up like with dogs, right? And like, hey, this is my emotion. So no vest, no. And what people don't know is that you actually have to have an ESA letter from like a licensed mental health professional saying that you require this unit. You just don't get to take Riggins with you, and like, that's my emotion.
Which I can actually generate those letters, by the way.
Yeah. But people get upset when you have to like listen, because the difference too is when you talk like emotional support dogs, like they're trained, like they're good,
right?
Like this dog you could tell was not trained. Like he's walking around sniffing everybody else.
This was like Butch.
It was a German Shepherd. It was a big. I seem like I vaguely remember this, and he was like one of those guys that wears his gun out waistband, like open carry type.
He was a nice guy. He was nice about it, but like we had to tell him, like, man, you can't just bring the dog.
Yeah,
I know you want to, but no.
Well, so I've got this. Here's the thing. I think that in our society, there are people that need things and that have access to things that they need. I think that support animals are a thing. I think there's a lot of people that there's nothing wrong with them and they're just being weird too. So I'm not making fun of you. If you have a support animal and you need it, good for you, man. I know I've got a friend that takes a dog to hospitals and stuff, and that's a real thing. I've got another friend, she trains these dogs for different stuff, especially people with special needs. Maybe somebody's blind that has dogs. I mean, I get it. So hear me when I'm saying this, but there's a lot of people out there. Like I had a client one time that was, a tree fell through their house and she couldn't stay in a hotel. She had another house because she had these 4 dogs that she had to stay with because they're emotional support animals, and I had to go through this whole thing with that's not a real thing for you. There's not 4 of them,
right?
And that the dogs couldn't sleep in a hotel. It was just a big thing, and so it kind of soured me from that.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of people that's not a real thing for them,
for sure.
Because like you said, if they have a vest with badges and they have a letter or a card.
Exactly.
And if you need that, that's cool. But a lot of people say stuff. It's not really a thing.
That's true.
What do you say, psychologist Skip?
Well, I'm not a psychologist. I'm a licensed professional counselor supervisor.
Okay.
Sounds like a psychologist to me.
And I definitely think there are instances where emotional support animals are warranted. Mm-hmm. But again, I think it's for it to be effective, it's got to be in a range of animals that are highly trained and serve a purpose. And peacocks are not it.
Can you write me a letter to have an emotional support animal that's a hedgehog, and I can carry it around in a backpack with me? A see-through clear backpack with a little wheel in it. The hedgehogs run on wheels.
We're about to have to go to break, but I'm not going to co-sign on Sonic for you.
Sonic runs on a wheel. You know what? Sonic looks nothing like a hedgehog.
No.
They're not even blue.
No. Not even close.
Should we go to break on that?
We should. Let's go to break.
Let's face it, sometimes local is just better. Locally grown, locally sourced, shop local, eat local. But what about local expertise? At Allstate, Josh Kelly is just that, a local. So contact Tuscumbia Allstate agent Josh Kelly today so he can help you with protection that's right for you and the things you love most. His team can be reached at 256-826-5309. Allstate, are you in good hands? Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
All right, and we're back.
I never gets old listening to that.
Man. I should get paid for this.
We actually are.
That's true.
I don't remember what we were talking about. I was emotional support animals.
We were talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. What's up with Hollywood loosely depicting hedgehogs. So I thought hedgehogs looked like Sonic. They look nothing like Sonic.
Oh, no.
Also, do you know where they made that new Sonic the Hedgehog movie? And then all of America shamed them into redrawing Sonic because it didn't look like that.
Didn't look like him.
Have y'all heard of this?
I have not.
No.
So they made a new Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Okay.
Like Jim Carrey Sonic or whatever, but it's animated. Well, when they first released the trailer, everybody hated on it so bad. And here's the thing, it was bad. They hated on it so bad.
Oh, my.
They hated on it so bad and it looked so creepy that they went back through and redrew Sonic and pretty much remade the whole movie into a better Sonic.
They needed to. That looks...
But they tried to make it look like an actual hedgehog.
Right.
And that's not the Sonic we want.
No.
Yeah.
If you're going to give me a fake hedgehog, I don't want it in... I either want it to look like a hedgehog. I don't want it to look like a hedgehog painted blue.
Right.
Yeah.
Paramount failed on that one.
So, but they went and fixed it.
They did.
They went and fixed it. There's a
You
guy.
got to say something. If you're willing to admit your mistakes,
Yeah.
I mean, you
hey,
know what?
we'll fix it.
So there is a guy, because here's the thing, if people are that passionate about Sonic, that's your audience anyway.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
there's this stinky guy that lives behind our office here. He walks around downtown, he smells really bad. I mean, when I say he smells really bad, 7-8 feet away, you can smell him. I've smelled dogs better than him. And so he's got this dog that doesn't have a tail. And I don't mean there's not a nub there. I mean,
There was never a tail.
Right.
it is smooth and its butthole stuck up in the air, and it looks like it's about to poop at any given time. And I can't look at it because it weirds me out. And it's not the dog's fault he don't have a tail in his butt. But here's the thing: could you imagine having your butthole stuck up in the air with nothing to cover it?
Every time the wind blows,
I mean, that's the function of the tail, really. Like it covers up.
Covers up the butthole.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we wear clothes, and we have butt cheeks.
it's little doggy clothes.
You know, the butt cheeks close
Butt
over.
cheeks, yeah,
You
that's-
close it over, keeps air and sand out.
Yeah.
And, you know, it opens when it needs to.
Yeah.
But this dog is little brown, black butthole stuck up in the air, and it walks funny. And I'm like, it's about to poop at any second, at any time, and it weirds me out.
Okay, if we're going here, speaking of dog buttholes, I'm sitting on the couch this morning, drinking my coffee like I normally do.
I'm glad dog buttholes takes us to here.
And Maggie Subob, the pit, is sitting at my feet. And she lets one rip. Now, this dog, when this dog lets one rip, it sounds like a human. I'm not sure how,
Yeah.
but it does. She lets one rip, sits there for about 5 seconds, and she's like, I'm out. She goes to a different room and leaves
She ain't
that.
stupid.
And leaves it for me and Petey. And about 10 minutes later, she shows back up.
Yeah.
First thing she does, sniffs.
Is it
Make sure it's safe.
Yeah,
Then
you
she
got to
hops
check
up,
the safe zone.
then she hops up on the couch next to
I
me.
would drop kick it like Baxter if that happened.
If I was to try to drop kick that 65-pound
Yeah.
cinder
Hit.
block, it would break my foot.
That's true.
Not to mention the fact that my wife would kill me for kicking her dog.
That's true. Maybe I don't need a dog. First time it farted in my face, I'd punch it.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen a lot.
I'm not getting a dog now.
It's going to happen.
That ended my dog.
Yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
even like my kids smell,
Yeah.
and I can't get rid of them.
We talked about getting another dog, but just to try to get have Riggins a playmate.
Didn't you try that and it didn't work? You had to get rid of it.
Well, that was with Charlie. So I got a German Shepherd that I tried to rescue that I was told she was 2. Later on, we come to find out she's 5, and she attacked Charlie, and then she had to go.
Got
So-
to go.
So Riggins is only, he had Charlie, so we got Riggins and had Charlie, thinking it kind of like revitalized the old dog and the new dog. Like, not that you're going to teach him new tricks, but like, hey, they'll play together. It'll make him feel younger. And it did not. Charlie hated him.
So let's flip it back to the opposite end.
Okay.
What's the worst pet you've ever had?
I hadn't had a lot of pets.
Okay, so I've got a scenario. So, you ever seen an Airedale Terrier?
Yeah.
So, I wanted an Airedale Terrier. I wanted one. I still think they're beautiful, and I'll probably have one day. And so, I got this Airedale Terrier, and his name was JJ. It was Josh Jr., and I called him JJ. And
You do love hearing your name, don't you?
Can't help it. I own it though. So he was amazing. I mean, just a great dog, very active. I mean, they're hog hunt. People hog hunt with them and stuff. I mean, they're amazing dogs. and I tried to keep it in the house, and so it didn't work. He was too big, and so then I put this pen up and fence up outside, and then it was just like I felt so bad for him that it was like he was outside in this little 10 by 12 enclosure. Like it wasn't fair. And so I ended up giving him to a friend of mine's, my dad's friend that's got like 40 acres out in Arab, Alabama. And like he rides the 4-wheeler with him and he's still alive.
Cool.
Like he's amazing. So it was a bad experience for him. That was the worst. But why I'm saying that, you people that have dogs that you put in a crate for 8, 9, 10 hours a day while you're not home, like, forget you. Like, that's ridiculous. Here's the thing. I don't have a dog.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I'm not going to get one if I have to put it in a crate for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. That's got to be miserable.
You know, in the state of Alabama now, it's illegal to tether a dog.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather a dog be tethered so it can move around than stuck in where it can't even stand up. How would you like to be locked in a closet for 10 hours a day?
Yes.
You know, they claim, I don't know if this is true, I don't know how they scientifically prove this, but they claim that dogs have no sense of time. So the reason your dog is so excited to see you every time, like, you know, Riggins,
Yeah,
I can take the trash to the road and come back.
Absolutely.
And it's like, oh my gosh, you're here.
Yeah.
Like they have no idea how long you've been gone, so therefore they have no idea how long they've been in the crate. They're just like,
That's
oh,
interesting.
yeah. Yeah, that's fact.
I could buy that.
Yeah, many mornings I'll get out to the car and start to leave, and I didn't
I got to run right back in.
ding in my glasses, ding in my watch, something, go back in, and the dogs are like,
Hey,
we're so
you're
glad
back.
to see you.
Oh, hope it was a good day.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One of my favorite movies is The Secret Life of Pets.
I haven't seen it.
You need to watch that because
The
The animated with the little dogs. Yeah, I've seen that.
Because I really think that's how dogs are.
The
I
second
thought
one's
you were
out now,
talking
too,
about.
It is,
I thought you
yeah.
were talking about that dog movie, The Dog's Journey, or the.
Oh,
No.
I'm out
Incredible
on that.
Journey.
I'm out on that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, this one's like, yeah, the dogs are funny.
There was a joke that I saw one time that said, let me make sure I word it right. It said, dogs are better than women, you know, and here's why. You stick your dog in the trunk for 7 hours and come back and get it excited to see you. You stick your wife in the trunk for 7 hours, it's not going to go so well. You know?
That's true.
So I think my worst experience with a pet was similar situation. We got a lab puppy.
Are you going to tell something sad?
No,
Okay, you look like you're about to cry.
and
If you tell something sad, I'm vetoing it right now. Okay.
so Abby wanted this puppy is when we lived in the apartment above the shop. And so if you get this dog, you know, you're the one that's going to have to take it down every morning, you know, all that. And she did. She did. But in the process, and there's nothing wrong with crate training a dog.
Right.
And so that's what we were in the process of doing, to where brief periods of time it could go in the crate. It didn't work out so well. Put the dog in the crate. It would eat the crate, eat the bottom of the crate until the top flew off.
That's what I'd do if I was a dog.
It would poop in the crate.
Oh, what?
I wouldn't poop
Yes.
where I slept.
And that's the whole theory, that the dog won't poop in its crate,
Right, yeah.
because, you know, it's not going to poop where it's sleeping. This dog pooped in the crate and somehow grew thumbs and threw the poop all over the living room.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, that
You didn't want to be in a crate.
not even for a minute.
I would have done the same thing.
So, so yeah, it went to live on a farm with another family that had lots of room, and that was the last time we tried to have a lab in an apartment.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Labs are hyperactive.
But yeah, they are, and
Really?
and honestly, that's why, especially for apartments, I like cats.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a cat guy.
Yeah. I don't have a problem. Riggins, he's huge, but the good thing about him is he's really lazy. He's a giant breed, and most giant breeds, like, he doesn't have to have a lot of exercise. He sleeps most all the day. He'll get excited because he's still a puppy.
Yeah,
So he'll want to play, and he'll run around a little bit, but, like, that's
Then he gets
an
tired.
hour or two a day. The rest of the day, he's just sleeping.
That's cool.
Yep.
That sounds like me as a dog.
For sure. Yeah.
It's definitely me as a dog.
He's beautiful, though.
No, he's pretty dog.
He's pretty dog. For
The
sure.
so we just had New Year's. Did you guys do anything exciting for New Year's? Well, I'm asking. I know what Skip did.
was
Did
gonna say.
you do anything exciting for New Year's?
So actually, which this might have to be another episode because I got more coming, but there's a very popular, I'm not going to say it because they're not paying us to say it, but basically like how you solve murders. There's a thing that there's a box you can subscribe to that they send you evidence each month for you to work to solve this murder.
That's
that
cool.
happened. And
Y'all
so we
worked
had some
on that?
friends. Yeah, with the box came in, we kind of worked on that, and it's pretty chill.
Me and Skip went and had a great steak at a local steakhouse.
Yeah, and first of all, let me start this out by saying I'm 50 years old. And I never thought there would be a time that I would be celebrating New Year's Eve, kicking it off at 6 p.m. But 6 p.m. that night, we were eating this delicious steak. Go ahead.
So, well, here's the thing. So, my thoughts are, let's get early reservations so we can go do something for a couple hours, be home by 9.
Right.
That was the plan.
And so, this steakhouse, you have to get reservations 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
It's not the one that I went to earlier in the show.
No, it's one here locally. It's really good. I'm not going to say their names because they're not paying us, but it's good. And fancy place. It's expensive anyways. I guess we associate expensive with fancy. It's actually not fancy, but
And it's not all that expensive, really.
it's good. And so we go there and eat, and then we got tickets. This local hotel here in town has a big thing every year, and so here's my old man moment because I'm like, I do not want to go out to amateur hour with all the college bars and stuff and these kids running around, and because I have no desire for any of that.
Right.
So it's not my thing. Well, this place, it was $20 a ticket to get in. So I'm thinking, here's the thing. We're paying $40 to get in here. There's not going to be any dumb kids. And I was like, this is, I'm in on that.
Yeah.
Well, I was the dumb kid there, age-wise.
Yeah.
I'm almost 37. And so we get there.
I brought down the median age.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, really?
So we get there. The doors open at 8. We're the first ones in there because that's just how I roll.
Yep.
And the band starts. A great band plays.
Yeah.
Drum and drummer.
Good friends
Those
of
guys.
ours.
Yeah,
Yep.
good guys.
We'll give
and,
them a shout out, even though
and
they're
yeah,
not
drum and
paying
drummer.
us.
Yeah, drum and drummer. They're great. And
Gotta get them on the show one night.
they had.
That would be a fun one.
That'd be a fun show. And you know that Chad has a wrestling talk show.
He does.
That's hilarious.
It's a real thing.
Real thing. Every Wednesday.
And so
Wrestling Wednesday.
And so, so they start at 9. So we get a table kind of off of the dance floor, right? So we're sitting there, and it was me and Skip and our wives, another friend of our Tim and his wife, then another couple, and we're literally just sitting there watching these old people dance, and they're like ballroom dancing to
Yeah.
Bruno Mars.
There was a 75-year-old man there that I'm
He'd
pretty
steal your
sure
girl.
his nickname is I'll Steal Your Woman.
I'm gonna tell you, man, this guy was smooth, and he had a lady with him. She's probably about 50, so she was a good 20, 25 years younger than him, and he was the man. I mean, he had on a suit and tie, and I mean, he was. But there was a lot of guys out there, and there's always one lady in any kind of function.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first one to dance, and is always dancing, and she's by herself and doing that weird dance.
Yep.
And she's danced the whole time.
Yes.
And she was there. That was funny. But so it hit like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we're having a blast, literally just sitting at a table watching these people dance and just people watching and looking at the outfits. And because, you had, everybody was wearing the Roaring 20s, which was, I mean, I thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if the party was themed that,
Right.
cool. But like there was 5 people in there that had that on, and they all looked weird.
But I think like the world themed to that.
Like everybody was doing 20s.
Okay, well, I didn't. I didn't get that memo.
No.
And so then they had all these other old women that had on these sequined prom dresses. God, it was awesome.
There was the whole gamut. There was
Tuxedos.
jeans and tuxedos and
Wow.
prom dresses.
Speaking of clothes, we almost didn't make it out of the house because I bought me a new shirt for New Year's Eve, and my wife hated it. Tasha doesn't like flashy things.
Right.
She's stick to the basics, the solids. I like flashy stuff.
You do.
I mean, it's it is what it is. So I bought this new flower patterned T-shirt that's really cool, and we almost didn't leave the house because she didn't want me to wear it. I was like, we just won't go, And that almost happened.
Yeah.
Like, she was crying. She was so mad.
So he texted my wife with 2 different clothing options. The shirt with like a white shirt over it, and the shirt with like a denim jacket over it.
Yeah.
And Ashley's like, the denim jacket. And later she tells me, well, that covered up more of the shirt.
She was, but Tasha was not happy with that. But I got lots of comments on it.
Yeah.
And I went and bought me 2 more. Similar patterns.
This you've seen this pattern. If you've seen 1980s kitchen curtains,
Yeah.
the like sunflower yellow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was kind of what he had going on here. So it was really bright and loud. And me and Tim,
Gooch, you'd wear it.
Yeah, I probably would.
me and Tim
Gooch would.
me and Tim were teasing him all night, calling it a game blouse.
Well, they just,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Some people aren't strong enough in their manhood
Yeah.
to wear something like that.
Okay, I just thought you went into the wrong belt.
That's funny. That is funny. Year after year, I always look forward to like a good show at Times Square and everything. And year after year, they drop the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, every year.
Oh my gosh.
I'm excited though. Like 2020 it's going to be filled with a lot of puns about perfect vision.
It is.
Yeah. I can't wait to see them all.
and dead terrorists.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
I can't wait to see them all.
I bet you'll see them clearly.
Ooh. So the funny, so me and Josh, Skip's probably like more. They talk about the 2020s and like kids like us that were born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. Like we've lived in 4 different decades and 2 different centuries, and Skip over here's lived in 7 decades.
7 decades.
Has it been 7?
It's almost.
Were you born in the 50s?
I was born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, teens, 20s. 6 decades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s, 20s. 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm almost like Ferris Bueller's Principal. 9 times.
Yeah, you're there. You're close.
I'm old.
I was born in 83. Skip was on his 2nd marriage then.
I was born in the summer of 69.
That's a true story. First of all, September is not the summer.
Yes, it is.
September is not
September
summer.
21st is when it changed. I claim it.
September is not summer. What do you say, Gooch? Now, school started. Summer's over.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at the calendar.
I mean, I look cool. It just doesn't count.
Autumn starts September 21st.
Yeah, that's true. Because like technically, Christmas is like, is it even
Yeah,
winter?
It's just after winter starts.
Yeah, like Thanksgiving's still fall. Like
Here's the thing. Summertime is May
To July.
to the beginning of August, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes we can do a little overlap into August.
Mm-hmm.
Fall is middle of August to about the beginning of November,
I agree. Yeah.
right? Wintertime is sometime in November till about February. February, somewhere in between to May, is springtime.
No,
that's the season.
I'm sorry, but if you're
That's the
if you're in
seasons.
Alabama on September 15th, you can experience spring in the morning, summer, fall, and winter all in the same
All in
day.
the same day.
That's true. I always end up with a bunch of jackets in the back of my car
Yeah.
because it'll be
you
cold in
gotta-
the morning, then it'll get hot. Like that happened today.
You got to dress in layers.
No doubt.
It was like a week before Christmas, and it was 75 degrees here.
Yeah.
Then it snowed.
yeah, I wore
Sunday.
shorts on Christmas Day.
Then it snowed the next day.
Yeah.
Then we had a nadir.
We got to take one more quick break, guys. That was easy to talk y'all into.
You said it with authority, so I was
No,
just
like,
like,
I didn't really know we
I
had
was
an
like-
option here.
It kind of scared me.
We're taking a break.
Let's face it, sometimes local is just better. Locally grown, locally sourced, shop local, eat local. But what about local expertise? At Allstate, Josh Kelly is just that, a local. So contact Tuscumbia Allstate agent Josh Kelly today so he can help you with protection that's right for you and the things you love most. His team can be reached at 256-826-5309. Allstate, are you in good hands? Subject to terms, conditions, and
I
availability.
don't know now why they do this. Are we live?
We're live.
We're back.
So my ears are hurting from these. So we've got these fancy professional headsets, and like my ears are hurting so bad because we've been on. It's like 3 hours at this point. I've had them on, and now I'm holding it to my ear like a recording artist. And now I know why they do that.
He looks like he needs more cowbell.
Yeah.
Now I know why they do this. And Gucci's followed suit because it was a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
But,
So better.
but we are on our second episode today, which we normally don't record 2 episodes.
So now I know why people do, like recording artists do this. And here's the thing. I could be a singer.
Yeah.
Like I've got the looks.
Yep.
I've got the moves,
Yep.
the personality.
That's true.
The charm.
The wardrobe.
I just can't sing good.
Yeah, you don't have the talent.
I just can't sing good. That's the only thing I'm missing though, Skip. I mean, if I could sing good, I've got everything else.
You could have been in like Milli Vanilli.
I could. I don't have the cool dreadlock hair. Do they have dreadlocks or braids?
I think they're braids.
The braids. What were their real names? It's like Ferdinand and
I don't know. One of them committed suicide.
oh, thanks, David Downer.
Fake news.
Fake news?
Is it fake news time?
Maybe. I don't know.
I was saying it was fake news that he committed suicide.
Oh. I think it's real news.
Is it real news?
Yeah,
He really did?
He really did.
I thought you were kidding.
The whole thing of taking the Grammys away from him and all that. Just,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were joking. My bad.
No, that's serious. Debbie Downer. Yeah.
They can't take the money away.
No, they can't.
That's true. I'm sorry, Vanilli family.
Yes.
If
If you are either Millie or Vanilli,
No, that's New Kids on the Block.
It's definitely not me.
which like they're touring now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're older than you are.
Yeah. How can they still be the new kids on the block?
That's just their name. It's like Boys to Men. Now they're
MKOTB.
grandpas.
Yeah. Men to,
Still go by
men to
Boys-
grandpas.
They still go by Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Should be men to grandpas. Oh, so fake news. Let's just
do it.
Let's just jump in there. For those of you that may not have joined us before, we're about to enter our fake news segment, which is a little game we play with Josh and Adam. I give you 3 different headlines with a little teaser of the story, and Josh and Adam have to decide which one of the 3 stories is real
Fake.
and which of the 2 are fake. So we got some good ones, and once again tonight, nothing out of Florida.
Oh,
Man, what's up with this? Come on, Florida.
Nothing
well, it's
out
there.
of Florida.
Oh,
We're just not using
Oh,
it.
it's there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm holding a few back. There's been some really good ones this week, but I think they're a little too fresh. You might have seen them. Okay, so first story out of Hollywood, California. Joe Rogan wants to go vegan but fears alienating fans. Sources report that comic and podcast show host Joe Rogan, known for his protein-pounding, bow-hunting ways, secretly yearns to go vegan but fears alienating his meat-eating fans. It's not just a marketing thing, said one inside source. He's genuinely concerned his fans will feel totally betrayed, and he has abandonment issues himself, so he really doesn't want to do that to anyone else.
okay.
Joe Rogan going vegan.
I just can't see that, but maybe.
He's in California.
Fellow
Yeah.
podcaster, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I think he's got a couple more listeners than we do.
1 or 2.
He's not as cool as we are, though.
Not at all.
He could beat us up, though.
He has more money.
He does have more money.
He does.
Add all ours together times 12.
And it doesn't
100.
It doesn't it doesn't reach the Joe Rogan experience.
Yeah, but he's not as cool or handsome as we are.
That's
Joe
true.
Joe Rogan, if you happen to hear this and you'd like to be a guest on the Guy Pod, please reach out to us.
I'll fight you, Joe Rogan.
This will be a video podcast.
I'm just kidding. But I will.
Yeah.
Story number 2. Man and goat taken on terrifying 3-state drive after carjacking in front of adult video store. This is out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. A man stole a pickup truck with a sleeping passenger and a goat inside it. Drove it all the way from Missouri to Oklahoma before releasing the terrified victim and animal and eventually being arrested, authorities say. Police in Oklahoma say Brandon Wade Kirby was asleep in front of an adult video store on New Year's Day after he allegedly took a truck and drove it more than 100 miles with a sleeping passenger and a goat inside. Creek County Sheriff's Department reports the auto theft. So man and goat taking on a terrifying 3-state drive.
I feel like he would have known the goat was like the goat's going to let you know the goat's
No
there.
way the goat's asleep unless the goat's drunk. It was New Year's Day.
Yeah,
Goats get drunk.
Okay.
I do.
So we got Joe Rogan wants to be vegan but doesn't want to make his fans mad, and we got a man and a goat carjacked in front of the porn store.
Okay.
All right. Final story out of Washington, D.C. The FDA to abandon the medical term overweight in favor of natural weight. Washington, D.C., with over 70% of Americans exceeding their ideal weight and 33% obese, the FDA has, for logistical purposes, officially abandoned its use of the term overweight in favor of the term natural weight. We wanted to remove the stigma around obesity, said FDA Executive Marsha Stapleton. The large majority of Americans are, well, large, then that's just normal, and who can argue with the law of averages?
Dang.
So you had me on that one until the person who the FDA, I don't think they'd say who can argue with the law of averages.
Man, this one is tough, dude.
So I'm out on FDA.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards the Joe Rogan.
So I have heard Rogan discuss with like people on his show, like the benefits of going like straight vegan. You know, he goes through the strongest like mammals in the wild, like apes, are vegetarians. You know, so I have heard him talk about that like. So as hard as it is to like hear it, I think I'm with you. I think I'm on Rogan.
I mean, because the thing with the goat, it sounds so extreme it could be real.
Right.
But I could see that happening with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's surprising. He's a really intelligent guy.
He is.
And I think if he did the vegan thing, it would be straight for the health benefits, not because it'd be cool and Instagrammy. You know?
Definitely.
I'm going Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. It's the goat.
According to an arrest report, 2 men in the truck were parked outside of an adult video store in Carthage, Missouri, early Wednesday. The driver went inside the store and the passenger fell asleep. When the passenger awoke, a masked man was driving the truck and pointing a gun at his head. The carjacking suspect, 40-year-old Brandon Kirby, drove from Missouri through Kansas during the 130-mile ordeal. Kirby took methamphetamine, pistol whipped the victim, and continually threatened him, according to the arrest report. He was eventually arrested in Sand Springs, Oklahoma, after he let the passenger and the goat out of the truck, and the victim called 911. Kirby, who is from Manford, west of Tulsa, was jailed on suspicion of kidnapping, pointing a firearm, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Jail records don't list an attorney who might speak on this behalf or on his behalf. The Sand Springs Police Department said on Facebook, "Okay, 2020, it only took you 4.5 hours to get weird. Let's slow down on the carjacking, goat napping calls for the remainder of the year."
I'm sorry I doubted you, Joe.
Well, that one, and I said that one's extreme enough.
It could,
where
yeah.
It could have been real.
Definitely.
But the other one sounded more believable.
Did. Good job, Skip.
It was tight.
Sorry, Joe
Good
Rogan.
job, Skip. We doubted your
We love you, Joe
manliness.
Rogan.
We do.
That hurts me. Man, it messed up our perfect record.
Yep.
Perfect? No.
On the night.
Perfect for tonight's recordings.
Perfect in January of this year.
Yes.
Except our record
Our
this
perfect
year.
record for this year.
We hadn't got one wrong this decade.
Oh,
That's
man.
a great joke.
That's not going to get old for a while.
No, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
So, great show, guys.
It was a good one.
I can't wait till New Year's Eve next year or New Year's Day next year, and I can make hindsight's 2020 jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that episode.
I know.
Speaking of episodes, that's all for this week. Thanks for listening in, everybody.
Don't forget to follow us on the Facebooks. I'm 72. Don't forget to follow us on the Facebooks, boys and girls. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at The Guy Pod. Also, please go and subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, and you can listen to us directly at www.theguypod.com or find us wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We are everywhere, and we want to be in touch with you. So if you've got any questions or comments for us, you can always email us at therealguypod at gmail.com. So other than that, that's it for this episode of the Guy Pod. So for Josh Kelly and Skip Nichols, I'm Adam Gooch, and remember,
When you're in over your head,
The first thing to do is close your mouth.